Hey there, what's going on? In this video, we're going to learn how to create this beautiful info card, and to do that, we're going to use just HTML and CSS. Well, I put two GitHub links in description. One of them is starter kit, and the other one is the master branch. The starter kit is actually the one you want to use because the images are there. If you don't want to, you can simply search 3 random images in Google, but if you don't want to, you can just use my images. And also you can use this basic styling. I put my style.css, so you can just copy them, so you don't have to type them out. Alright, without any further ado, let's start the project. Alright, let's start. I have this image folder, image 1, 2, and 3 inside this, and I'm going to create an index.html and then style CSS. I'm going to create my HTML snippets. The title is going to be info card, and let me close this one. So I need a few things. I need first to bring my box icon CDN, and then I need my Google fonts. So let's bring them into the project. In Google, I type font Poppins, and then you go to Poppins fonts from Google Fonts, then get font, get embedded code, and here we should copy this piece of code and put it right under fonts. Sorry, yeah, excuse me, yeah, that's it. So now we have our font links. Let's go for box icon. For box icon, I write box icon usage, and then you should see this link. Go inside this and look for this link href, and so on. So we're going to copy this inside the under box icon comment, and there you go. Now we are ready to start the project. So I'm gonna close these extra pages. For box icon, you can just open boxicon.com because later we're going to use its icons, and you can go to the starter kit of my GitHub, and I repeat, I put the link in the description, and you can copy this whole basic adjustments for your CSS file. So I'm going to open CSS and paste this adjustments: margin 0, padding 0, box size in border box, text decoration none, list style none, and this colors, they are the colors we're going to use in the project. Okay, now let's open our index.html, and before we start, I want to tell you that I use an extension which is called live server. If you don't have it, you can simply go right here and type live server, and you can simply install it if you don't have it. So as soon as you install live server, you should see an icon like this. So I'm going to use this icon and open my project on live server. That's it. My default browser is Firefox, but I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to open it on Google Chrome because I am going to use Google Chrome. That's it. Very good. So first things first, we're going to create the structure of HTML. So I'm going to comment container, and let me do it uppercase, container, and then this is gonna be my div with the class of container, and inside container I'm gonna have my card, div with the class of card, and inside card I'm going to have a div with class of card image, and image goes here. So I'm going to comment, so the code can be clean, so later when we are creating the project it is easier for us. And div with the class of card info, so we say info goes here. Div with the class of description, and we say description goes here. And finally we're gonna have social links, and then we say, create a div social links, and then we say social links go here. That's it. Now we have all the structure of our project. So before we continue with the HTML, let's link our CSS file to the project. So I'm going to use link rel style sheet and href. I'm gonna call my style.css, and now I'm gonna select the body tag, and I'm going to say background color var bg color, and color should be var text color, primary text actually. And for now I think it's enough, and let's start with the image. I'm gonna put the image right here, image number 1, so you see the image is right here. I'm gonna write in the alt, sorry, just give me 1 minute, I should close this one. Profile image, and in the info card I'm going to write in h1 the name is gonna be John Doe, and I'm gonna give it an h2, and this should be front-end developer, for example. And in the description I'm gonna give it a, oh sorry, here I should do something else. We need a div with the class of skills, and inside that we're gonna use a few spans. We say HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React JS, and for example Redux. These are the skills. For the description we're gonna use a p tag and give it a lorem 30. So for the social links we're gonna use a ul, li, and an a tag, and inside this a tag we're gonna bring the icon from box icon. So let's search for GitHub. Very good. And you should just you should be careful. You must choose this font type, and it's gonna give you the I tag. So I'm gonna copy this I tag and put it right here. And then let's go for LinkedIn. Actually, I'm gonna copy this li tag and paste it right here. Let's go for WhatsApp. I'm gonna copy, and you know you can just copy it like with Control C and Control V. If you don't, because I know most of you know how to copy a tag. It is so simple. And then I'm gonna give it a, what other social network? YouTube. Definitely YouTube. This is for YouTube. And Instagram. And Telegram. That's it. Okay, very good. Now let's take a look at our card. This is our card. This is how it looks like. It is not so beautiful, so we're gonna make it beautiful using CSS. Okay, now let's go for styling, and let me start with from the top. So here we have the container and the card image. So let's start with the card image. I'm going to go to the CSS. First, I'm gonna use this card container. I'm going to just select and type it here, but I'm not going to write anything in it right now. And let's go for the card and card image. Card, you know, the second style is card image. So let's write card image. And inside the card image, there's an image tag. So I'm going to select it and say width should be 150 pixels and height should be 150 pixels. You know, now the picture looks very ugly because it is somehow, you know, stretched. So in order to fix that, we're gonna say object fit cover and object position center. Now it looks more beautiful. We're gonna give it a border radius of 50%. Excellent. And one thing we forgot, let's go to body tag and type font family Poppins. So now the whole font is Poppins, all of the tags. Now let's go for info card. I'm gonna select, oh sorry, I forgot something else. In container card, we should just give it a background color var primary color. That's it. Now the background of the card is different. So let's go for info card info. We're gonna select it and select H1. We're gonna give it a color of var text, but secondary light text, so it's a little bit lighter. Let's go for H2. We're gonna, the color is okay. No, sorry, the color should be var primary sky, and the font size should be 16 pixels. Excuse me. All right, now we have these skills. We want them to have different colors, different background colors, so let's do that. All right, now let's style this div with class of skills, but before we start, I want to mention that we have got a div with the class of skills here, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spans inside skills. So first, let's give the card a padding of 25 pixels. So there's a space around this box, and let's select the skills and give it a display of flex and a gap of 15 pixels. So there's a space now between these spans. Now I'm gonna select all these spans and give them a padding of 5 pixels from top and bottom and 8 pixels from right and left. If I give it a background color of red, you can see now there's a space from inside, and I'm gonna give it a border radius of 20 pixels. Okay, but I'm gonna delete this background color because I'm not gonna make them red. First, I'm going to use again the skills class span, and first child is what we need here, and I'm gonna give it a background color of var. We say secondary red. Where is it? And color of primary red. So this is the first span, and for the last span we can say skills span last child should be should have background color of secondary, let's say purple, and color primary purple. Now this is the last span, as you can see. For the other ones, we should use skills span nth child number 2. So we can say, let me copy this one, we can say secondary green and primary green is gonna be the color, so you can see. For the next one, we say the third one should have a yellow color, primary and secondary yellow. And for the fourth one, we're gonna choose sky, primary and secondary sky. That's it. Or we can say maybe the blue one is more beautiful. Blue. Yeah, I think sky is better because it is lighter, so it can be better seen. So very good. This is how we color these spans separately. But don't forget that in this part we actually gave this padding and border radius to all spans, but because we wanted them to have different colors, we use first child, last child, and nth child. Now let's move on to the top of the CSS file. In this container, I'm going to give it a display grid, and I'm gonna go to card and give it a width of 500 pixels. For now, I'm gonna change it later, and I'm gonna give it a display of flex. Flex direction should be column, because if I don't make it column, it's gonna look like this, and I don't want to. I'm gonna give it a justify content center and align items center. So now everything is at the center. All right, so let's go for social links. These are our social links. I'm gonna target them. Let's write them here. And in the social links, I have a UL, LI, and A, and finally I have my I tag. So I'm gonna say social links, UL. I'm gonna give it a display of flex, gap 15 pixels. Very good. So you can see that they have now enough space in between. Then I'm going to say social links UL LIA. Color should be var, light color. No, light color is not suitable. Let's say for secondary text, better. So the font size should be 25 pixels. That's it. And now I'm going to give it a hover. Color should be var, sky, primary sky. Very good. Now, you know, they are two attached to each other. So what are we gonna do is to give skills a margin. No, sorry, not skills. To info card first. Where is it? Here. We should give it a margin of 15 pixels and 0, because from left and right we don't want any margin. And that's it. I think that's it. Inside this card info, we're gonna say text align center, because I want all of them to be located at the center. And under H2 we need a margin bottom 15 pixels. So now there's this space right here. Okay, very good. Now I think this is the time to copy this card, but before we do that, we're gonna handle the radius and the border bottom. Alright guys, now let's go to the card, and first of all let's go to the card and give it a border radius of 20 pixels is enough. Yeah. Now this is rounded, these all are rounded, and I'm going to give it a border bottom 2 pixels solid var primary blue. So we have now our bottom border, and I think this is the time to create 3 of these cards. So I'm going to make my page big. Now I have to make it because I want 3 cards next to each other. So I'm gonna go to my VS Code and I'm going to zoom out. This is the card. I'm gonna copy this card. First, I will close it. See, using that, I can close the card. And I copy this card, and this is gonna be card number 1. I will copy this card, and under that, I'm gonna have card number 2. So let's see what happened here. Now this is card number 2, but for card number 2, I'm going to change the picture, and the name is going to be Marvin Smith, and he's gonna be a backend developer, and his skills gonna be PHP, Laravel, MySQL, and I don't know, PostgreSQL and REST API. All right, now we have this one, Marvin Smith, backend developer, and the skills are different. And the last card is going to be picture number 3. We're gonna call her Jane Doe. She's gonna be a UI UX designer, and her skills gonna be Figma, Adobe Photoshop, and maybe Corel Draw. I'm not very familiar with this software. So now this is the third one. So we're gonna make these cards to stand next to each other. So what we need to do is to go to our style.css. First, I'm going to delete this width of 500 pixels, and now as you can see they have the width of 100%. So I'm gonna go right here, and with this display of grid, I'm gonna give grid template columns. We're gonna give it as 1FR, 1FR, and 1FR, and as you can see now they are next to each other, but they are attached to each other. So I'm going to give it a gap of 15 pixel, maybe 20 would be better. All right, now I'm gonna give this container a margin top of 100 pixels, and I'm gonna give the body a padding of 0 and 15%. That's it. But this is not what I wanted to do. 1FR, 1FR, 1FR. I didn't want to do this because I want them to be responsive and have the suitable size. So I'm going to use repeat auto fit min max 350 pixels and auto. So this is gonna be so much better, and I'm gonna show you how this is also mobile responsive. And one thing more, I think these links are very attached to the description. So let's go to the social links, this one, and I'm gonna give this a margin top of 20 pixels. Better. There are 2 more things we need to do. One, when we shrink the page, as you can see, these skills, they get ugly and they are not responsive at all, because you can see they go out of the box, and we should solve this problem. And another one, we have a margin top here, but the bottom does not have any margin, so it is another problem we're gonna solve. Let's do that. We're gonna go back to our CSS file, and first we're gonna delete this margin top from the container, and we're gonna put a 0 right here. So it means give it a 100 pixel margin from the top and from bottom, and left and right should have 0 margin. Now let's test it out. We're gonna inspect, and shrink the page. And as you can see now, we have 100 pixel margin right here and at the bottom. Now let's do something about this skills. We actually set the display of skills flex. So in flex there is an option called flex wrap, and you have to put it on wrap. So if you now try the inspect and shrink the page, now you can see they stand under and at the top of each other, and now it is fully responsive. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe if this video was helpful, and if you need to learn any specific project, tell me in comments and I'm gonna create it for you. And if you have any further questions, write it in comments. I'd be happy to help you guys out. So see you later.